In this video, I'm going to show you 3 options to find the minimum number in numerical data when working with make.com. I'll show you how to use the minimum math function with static numbers and with an array. I'll also show you how to use the numeric aggregator to find the minimum number in a numerical data set. If we haven't met yet, my name is Andy, and if you're looking to level up your make automation skills, then I want to invite you to the Co-Build Collective. It's an automation coaching community where entrepreneurs and freelancers learn to master make.com. Okay, so we're over here in Make, and we're trying to find the minimum value from a set of values. I'm going to run this scenario, and I have a basic trigger set here, and I have 3 mapped numbers, 900, 1000, and 1100. So our minimum value should be 900 from this set. And if I go right up here, we can see the minimum is 900. Now, the way this module is set up is we have the min or minimum function placed in here. Now, you can come over and get that from the math functions, and it is right here. And this will tell you what you need to do. You put the minimum function in, and then you can map any amount of numbers in there as long as they're separated by a semicolon. This is not going to be a great option if you have a variable number of numbers that are coming through your scenario. If sometimes it's 3 and sometimes it's 7, this is not going to be a good option. But if you always have the same numbers and you want to find the minimum value, this is a very simple way to do that. All right, so next I'm going to be working with a data set, and I have a Google Sheet over here. This is our data set, and the minimum number in this set is 16. So if we go back to Make, and you can see here is my Google Sheet. I'm retrieving those 17 rows, and then I'm putting this into an array aggregator. So I'm using my router as the source here, and then I've mapped the numbers, and so it's in an array of 17 values. Next, we're going to map, and we're going to put in here, and we've got to use the map function. So if we go back here and look at our array, the output here, and we hover over the number, you can see we get a little box with a 0. This tells us what the raw ID is for these values, and that has to be used in our map. So we're going to put map and put the array in here and put a semicolon and say we want the 0 value. This is definitely going to be different for your data set unless you're using Google Sheets like I am. Next, we're going to put the min function around that. Let me open this up. So you can see the minimum function goes around that. And we're looking for the minimum in an array this time. And then I've wrapped this with a format number function just to show you that you can nest these. So we're going to do format number. We want 2 decimal points. We want a period for decimals. And we want a comma there for numbers that are over 1,000, which in our case won't be 1,000. It should be 16. Let's see what our result is. Right there, 16. And so you can see there's 2 decimal points. So 16.00, and our function worked correctly to format that. All right, our last example is the numeric aggregator. And honestly, this is the option I usually go for when I need some sort of values figured out from a data set. So we have our 17 values coming over from Google Sheet again. And here I have the numeric aggregator, and I've told it my source module is my Google Sheet. And then I'm telling it I want to aggregate and find the minimum number. You can also find the max number, the count, the sum, or the average. And then I'm putting the number value in there from my Google Sheet. So it should get us number 16, and it does. Then I've thrown one more module in here to show you how to format a little bit differently than up here. If you do not want the comma as a part of your number, you can do a format number, 2 places, you can do a period, and then do an empty string in that comma space, and now your result will not have that comma. In this case, we won't have that comma, but that will keep that comma from showing up on bigger numbers. That way, your data will be recognized as text later in your scenario. If you format a number with a comma, that will be recognized as text by Make, and that can throw off equations further down the line in your scenario. If you want to learn more about manipulating numerical data in Make, check out this playlist. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.